Could you handle this effect? Not everyone can. Marilyn Monroe once said, "Imperfection is beauty." I don't think she was that into guitar pedals, but I do think that quote perfectly captures the appeal of this iconic octave up fuzz. Please welcome Behringer OCTAVIA OCTAVE FUZZ. The 60s were a time of experimentation. New genres, new fashion, new recreational activities, and a kaleidoscope of new sounds. And who better to lead the charge than guitar icon Jimi Hendrix? First introduced to the effect through a small practice amp backstage at a cozy gig in '67 by its creator Roger Mayer, Jimi immediately had an idea for where to use the sound. The effect first hit tape at Olympic Studios on the solo of the now legendary track Purple Haze. It's hard to comprehend what hearing these sounds for the first time would have been like. To see an incredible guitarist step on a box, and then to hear this brilliant, unique, and unpredictable sound beautifully morphing around a guitar solo, it must have been mind-blowing. All fangirling aside, Jimi and Roger were just the start of this effect story. Jimi's Octavia was a prototype, not available to the masses, and only a handful made. The story goes that one of these prototypes landed in the hands of a repair shop in California for repair. They then copied this circuit and released the first mass-produced version of the effect in 1973. Well, we managed to get hold of one, and you'll never guess what we did. Over the years, this effect has made its way under the feet of countless legends. Some of the most notable are Jeff Beck, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Just go and listen to the solo on Blue on Black for a perfect example of how that glitchy, unpredictable octave takes a solo to a whole new level. It's this unpredictable nature that really makes this thing special. Yeah, if you want an accurate, hard-tracked octave-up effect, there's plenty of pedals that can do that. But this pedal makes them look like the straight-laced, Tesla-driving businessmen that love a cheese and wine night. No, this thing is more like your problematic mate on a night out. It's a hell of a lot more fun. Let's take a closer look. The engineers accurately recreated the original pedal's signal path, giving you an all-analog, silicon-based octave fuzz that is extremely reactive to your playing. Looking at the controls, they seem simple enough, but there's some important things to note to get the most out of this pedal. First off, don't let the boost fool you. The boost is affecting the amount of fuzz, and turning this up will decrease the amount of octave you hear. It's actually pretty common to see people using an Octavia with the boost knob all the way down for this very reason. So if you're not getting the octave up goodness you were expecting, then try dialing back the boost. The pedal is housed in an all-metal enclosure with the same form factor and styling as the original. It can be run on an external 9-volt power supply or internal battery. We've also upgraded the pedal to have true bypass, so you're getting all the old school mojo without the old school problems. Let's take a listen to it in action. This is the sound of the amp with the pedal bypassed. Let's engage the effect. As you can hear, it's giving that beautifully imperfect octave up, throwing all sorts of pleasant surprises into the mix. Now let's turn that boost up and see what happens. As you can hear, you've got more fuzz, which is very enjoyable, but you start to lose that octave that we're all here for. So what's the solution? A fairly common practice would be to stick it into another fuzz. For this example, we're going to be using the fuzz bender. Now that's oozing with fuzz and glitchy octave mojo. This is my favourite way to use this pedal for sure. Something that might not come across through the screen is how responsive this pedal is to what's being fed into it. Playing into this pedal is very expressive and almost a performance in and of itself. A really fun way to interact with this box is to be extremely dynamic with your playing, and I'll try and demonstrate this now. This box is more an experience than it is a guitar pedal, and it should definitely be on your bucket list. Behringer OCTAVIA OCTAVE FUZZ.